Hello there everybody, we are back again. More deck collection. Will it ever end? Who knows? We're getting there. So this is part 2 of my mass market oracle decks, and we've got quite the things to look through. So as usual, we're just gonna get started. So starting off with the Creative Consciousness Healing Oracle. This is really such a cool deck. I've really been enjoying this one this year. This was a new one out this year, and I'm just enjoying everything about it. I love the art style, I love the themes, I love the way it's set up. My favorite thing is that the guidebook gives you journal prompts, but I'll use them as a journal prompt. But mostly I like using the journal prompt more so as a tarot guide, so to speak. So I rarely just pull an oracle card. Most of the time I've got tarot I want to pull with it. So I will pull this card, go to the guidebook, see what the journal prompt is, and let that guide what I'm asking of the tarot. And it just gives such beautiful readings, and I really love it. So that is the Creative Consciousness Healing Oracle. Also to say, last video I said that I showed all of the Blue Angel decks. I just didn't, and then I thought I caught myself with one. No, there's 2 more in this pile, so we're just letting it be what it is. So next we've got the Mystical Shaman Oracle. I just saw that this came out in one of those pocket sizes, which is super cool. This is one I haven't used much yet. I got this during the last, well, I suppose the last big Hay House sale I took part in, and it was not the last one they had, but I just was really curious about this one, and actually, now remembering why, because I think, I definitely know it was Jess Reed's Cards, who is now Empress and Basil on Instagram, I believe, showed or used this deck a lot with the Ritual Tarot, and I got this when I backed the Ritual Tarot on Kickstarter, which I showed in my indie tarots. Yes, okay, yeah, and that's what intrigued me to this deck, and now I've got the Ritual Tarot, so alright, there's my assignment. We're gonna use them together. How exciting, how exciting, because there's really a lot to this deck from the little bit I have used it, so I'm excited. So that is the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Awesome, how exciting. Let's put this aside so I remember. Okay, this next one is another one. I saw this, someone posted this pairing in Lisa Papez's Supportive Tarot Facebook group, and I wish I knew who it was, so if you happen to also be watching this video and it was you, please let me know, because it was the best pairing ever. So this is the Secret Woods Oracle, and the person paired this with the Chrysalis Tarot, and I love the Chrysalis Tarot. I was able to get a used copy from the lovely Christine at Green Eyed Tarot, and I've been obsessed with it since I got it. So when I saw this deck, it was an instant order, even though it goes against my usual likes for oracles because there's very few cards. I want to say 28. Usually my minimum is 36, and if it's 36, it has to be a mass market. Otherwise I like there to be more. But, I mean, the art on this is so beautiful, and I have to say, I really should not always kind of make that judgment, because using this deck, it doesn't feel like there is actually any sort of lack of cards in the way that I use them, but I love that we get the keyword and the sentence underneath the message. But how, I mean, oh, Oh my gosh. It's so gorgeous and it is so beautiful with the Chrysalis Tarot, but I have found so many other pairings for this deck. I love it so much. Oh, there's a huge bee in here. Okay. There was a ginormous something. It really looked like one of those little scary bees. What the, I mean, aren't they supposed to be gone? Oh, I like the bees, but not the, you know, it was one of those, like, real nasty looking ones. So impressed, though, that I stopped the recording so I still don't have to edit. Okay. Oh my gosh, we didn't find him. I hate that so much. But the show must go on. The bee will not ruin my fun. I don't see it. Okay. What the heck could that have been? That was so crazy. Anyway, okay. The Fallen Angels Oracle. I really, really like this one. This was one that I definitely saw for the first time on, oh my gosh. What? Brain, come on, do the braining. Do the braining. Cosmic Creepers, oh my gosh. Channel. I love how she uses this deck. I talked about how she paired this with the Trion Fidel Luna Aquedoxical, and what a beautiful pairing. But I find this pairs really, really well with so many things, and it's such an inexpensive deck, but just, oh, it just packs a punch, and I really love learning about these demon, fallen angel figures. It's just, they always have an interesting message to deliver. It's really a unique energy. I don't have anything at all like this, honestly. It's just a favorite. I love this one. So that is the Fallen Angel Oracle. Oh, next is a favorite. The Witches Familiars Oracle. This is so cheesy, this deck, but I love it so much. I love it so much. It's got some wonky cards in it. I especially love using this around Halloween time, but this, honestly, it comes out all year round. I love the size of it. It's like a little bit bigger than Oracle size. The art is this kind of like CGI kind of thing. Like, look at what's happening. What's happening with that? But it's great, and the keywords are great. I find it definitely leans shadowy whenever I use it in a reading. But yeah, this is one that I could not believe I enjoyed it so much. Because I did not intend to ever even own this. But it was gifted to me, which was so very kind. Truly, and not even like anyone here. It was the owner of this really cute metaphysical store near me. They had it out on display, and she just was like, oh, like, I think they didn't have like other copies of the deck, so she was like, oh, just take it if you like it. And I was like, why do I like it? Oh my gosh. Anyway, there is a Witch's Kitchen Oracle of this same style, and I think I have to get it. I think I have to get it, right? I do. So, that is the Witch's Familiars Oracle. Okay. Wild Unknown Archetypes. We all know it. We all love it. Well, a lot of us love it. It's a circle, so, you know, these are going to be going every which way, but I really enjoy this deck. It always has, all the Kim Krans decks, I mean, they're fabulous, aren't they? I love her writing style. I love the guidebooks. I really like that the messages are so succinct and to the point. It doesn't really, it feels like a very profound deck without getting too in the weeds, you know? I love that card. This just feels like my internal mindscape. But I feel like it's a deck that, I don't know, I always walk away with something really good. And I love it for that. I'm actually, oh, okay, so I've been kind of toying with doing a year ahead spread, because I always do the year ahead spread and end up falling off the wagon. And then this year I tried like just pulling a card as the months come, but I don't really find I'm getting anything out of that either. So I feel like I want to give the year ahead one more shot, but use something like this. I think that could be really cool. I don't know. It could just be that year ahead anything or like month cards just aren't really for me, and that's fine. But I think it's worth another shot, you know? I think that could be really interesting. So that's the Wild Unknown archetypes. Next is the Daily Crystal, whoa, camera, hello. There we go. Daily Crystal Inspiration cards, question mark? Hold on, there's a guidebook. What is this called? Daily Crystal Inspiration. Now, we have to talk about this bag match. This was an Andy find, but this is a Sunset Bow tarot bag, and come on. They were made for each other. But this is, so I'm not really much of a crystal person, I guess. Let's start there. I was saying there's some sort of like TikTok sound that always says that, like, let's start. Oh no, that's Rihanna who says that. Let's start there. Anyway, I'm not really a crystal person. Don't get me wrong. I've got lots because I just like them. Do I feel an energetic anything from most of them? No. I've got a few crystals that I kind of just have created a bond with from having them so long. Like, I love this smoky quartz, and I've got an Orca agate palm stone that I really love. But beyond that, honestly, beyond those two, you know, it's just not my thing, which is surprising since, and usually anything like earth energy I'm very into. So I didn't have any sort of crystal deck, but Andy showed this one to me and I really enjoy it. It's such a good, straightforward crystal deck. I love the key phrases we get here. It's just, and I love that we get the real photograph. Something about that feels really cool too. So I really like this one, and it feels like, I don't know, every once in a while I do want to work with crystal energy, and this is such a good one to use. I really enjoy this one. So that is the Daily Crystal Inspiration Oracle. Okay, next we've got the Herbal Astrology Oracle. Now, this is actually one I should take a closer look at now that I'm attempting to get into astrology. I do love the color I edged this in, though. I kind of picked the pink off the back. And this deck it's so beautiful. This is definitely one that usually falls kind of in the summertime. I shouldn't say usually, this was new this year, but I got it during the summer and really enjoyed it then. But you know, maybe I think this could be an all year round, just with the coloring of it. But I am really, look how pretty that is. I'm really curious to, because I mostly this summer went with the herb side of it, but now I'm curious to kind of get into that astrology aspect and see what's going on there with this. Now don't get me wrong, I have no particular plan of how I'm going to get more into astrology. I'm just saying that I am. But the first place to start, I guess, is pulling out the decks I've already got that have an astrology lean to them, and this certainly does, and it's so beautiful. I love it. So that is the Herbal Astrology Oracle. I can't get over that bug that was in here, and like, where'd it go? Don't you hate that kind of mystery? Ooh, it's the worst. Alright, next is the Oracle of Fairies by Karen Kay. This is such a good, classic Hay House deck. Like, it has that old school Hay House feel. It's got the old school cardstock. This is just a fun one. This, to me, feels very much like a bit of an inner child deck, because it reminds me of the Barbie movies. I don't know why. It just does. Like, whenever I look at these, I think it's something with the colors. The colors and the use of light. In my brain, I'm like, Barbie movie, of course. All of them. It just reminds me of all of them. But that's not a bad thing. I really do enjoy these cards too as a wrap-up message whenever I'm feeling like I do a reading that really, it just needs that extra card to tie it all together, or just to kind of bring a bit of uplift if it's a shadow kind of reading. I like that we get a really decent phrase at the bottom. It works perfectly for that. I don't really ever tend to pull out the guidebook for this, because this always feels like enough for me. So this is a favorite. I love that one. Oracle of the Fairies. Okay. The Priestess of Light Oracle. This is another one that I haven't gotten too much into. This came from that same Hay House order. Look how beautiful that back is, though. Oh my gosh, I forgot that back looked like that. Now, this was another one. I saw someone pair it with something I like. But what was it? I don't remember. This feels like a really good one, though, for kind of that January, February time. I think this will be a really... Once kind of Yule season is over, I could see myself pulling out something like this. Because I really like the keywords on it so far. But this is another one I haven't really gotten into yet. But I know I've been interested in trying it. And I saw it somewhere where someone paired it with something that was so good. This would be another cool one with the Ritual Tarot, though, huh? It is really beautiful. I'm excited about this one. So, that is the Priestess of Light Tarot, Oracle. Okay. Is this another Hay House? Oh my gosh, apparently this is the Hay House day. Okay. The Mary Magdalene Oracle. This is the newer one by Megan Watterson. I got this to use while I read through, what's that? What's her book? Mary Magdalene Revealed, right? Yes. Yes. Which, oh my gosh, what a book. What a book that was. I listened to it on audiobook, which was really, really awesome. But it was really cool as I was going through the book to have these cards to pull out, because they do align with a lot of what's either mentioned in the book, or we have the different powers that she talks about that are the different chapters in the book. But even beyond that, just using it as an oracle, it is so, so good. I saw, oh my gosh, it was Marlena Teresa pairs this with the new Goddess of Love Tarot. I think that's what it's called. And man, ooh, that really piques my interest, because I haven't quite found a deck that pairs with this one quite so well. But now again, I'm like, ooh, the Ritual Tarot. I think I need to make a pile of Ritual Tarot oracles. Like, let's try this, because how good, even just like a single card from this, a single card from the Ritual Tarot, ooh, that could be so interesting. I kind of really want to try that, like, now. Okay, love that. That's the Mary Magdalene Oracle. Alright. Ooh, this is one that Andy just gifted to me. The Immunology Messages Oracle. I haven't tried this one yet. But I remember Andy gets I'm pretty sure she gets those Hay House subscription boxes, which are super cool. So she got an early copy of this from there. But I remember thinking like, oh, when it comes out, I'd love to get it to pair with XYZ. Definitely the She-Wolf, but I feel like there was something else that we discovered would be a cool pairing. But I'm really interested in how different this is from the original Moonology Oracle that I do have. And again, it feels really unique. I don't have anything like this, and I think it's just, oh my gosh, how good is that going to be with the She-Wolf Tarot? Oh, what was I kind of equating to the She-Wolf Tarot? There was a deck that I was talking about in that video that, to me, I was kind of like, oh yeah, because I kind of like the She-Wolf. Well, I just don't know. That's gonna bug me. I'm gonna have to think about that. But I do think this could be cool too with even like the Tiger Tarot. I don't know, I'm gonna have to play around with this one. But I love the phrases here. The messages, if you will. And that's something I really love about the Immunology deck as well. It's just got great key phrases. So I'm excited about this one. That is the Immunology Messages Oracle. Okay, oh my gosh, another gift from Andy. The Create a Story Cards Animal Village. This was, oh, can we just oh my gosh, look at these backs. Are you kidding me? That's just everything. This was something she saw at the Northwest Tarot Symposium. They were doing some kind of activity where they use these cards. And they're pretty inexpensive off Amazon, and they're not meant to be oracle cards. They are meant to be kind of like storytelling card. It's a game for children where it's this activity where they kind of pick a card and are supposed to write a story off of it or come up with a story off of it. But how this works as an oracle, this is like my inner child oracle. It immediately hits. The first time I even pulled it, it just like immediately struck such a big chord of a memory that brought me right back to childhood. Because kind of the process I'm doing now with late neurodivergent diagnosis is just finding myself all the time going back to these memories or things I did as a child that play over and over in my brain, and finally being like, oh, that's why I did that. That's why I responded that way. And this deck, it's just like brings those things up so intensely and directly. Gosh, it's so good. I've been pairing this with the Tarot in Wonderland, and they are magical together. I love this deck so much. It's the Create a Story cards from Ebu. That's the company. The Animal Village. Alright. This is the Heldri Botanicals. Yes, Heldri Botanical Oracle. And what a beautiful deck. This is what completely turned me on to Ciolo Thompson's decks, at least the Oracle decks. I have this and the Winter Seers, which we saw last time, but this was such a favorite plant oracle all spring and summer long. I think I got it more so summer. But I love the plants in it. I love the keyword. The guidebook is so awesome, And it paired beautifully with just so much I had. So it really just became a quick favorite for a deck that I just was convinced I wouldn't like because I'm not usually really a watercolor person, but proved me wrong. So that is the Heldri Botanical Oracle. Okay, what is this? This is the... Aha, okay. This is the Druid Plant Oracle, which I did trim. There is usually an extra border around it, I believe. I'm not sure, I did this so long ago, but... Oh my gosh. I mean, how gorgeous is this? It's Will Worthington's artwork, so of course this pairs beautifully with the Wildwood Tarot. And I just love it so much. I love the plants in it. I love the guidebook. It has that very, I mean, of course, Druid feel. It feels very green witch, herbalist. I love it for that. It feels so magical. Anything with Will Worthington's art, just instantly, the Banes, like, come on. It's so good, it's so good. Always feels so magical. This is such a favorite. So, that is the Druid Plant Oracle, to be followed by the Druid Animal Oracle, trimmed in the same way. This one's got the blue backs. And this is another really good one. The guidebook, at least for the copy I have of this, is a bit smaller, but I still find it gives me what I need. Love the animals that appear in it. Ooh, I really should. This feels like... I mean, I've got the Wildwood out right now. I should leave these decks out to use with that, because... Don't these feel like they kind of fit? Ugh! Oh my gosh. Remember when that happened? The big scary bug? I love that there's dragons in here too. But doesn't this feel like it could be kind of wintry? I don't know. I feel like it would fit the vibe. I love it. Druid Animal Oracle. Let's leave those out. Yeah, how exciting. Just leaving all this stuff out. Okay. Ooh. Earth Wisdom Oracle. Such a good one. So, not many cards, as is per usual with the low Scarabeo decks, but each of the cards just has so much cool stuff going on. We've got a kind of like keyword going on, paired with, every card has a plant and a crystal. So it packs a lot of punch. How pretty is that? Ooh, does this fit the current vibe too? How beautiful would this be with the Arthurian Tarot? Oh my gosh. This is usually a spring, summer, because it's very green. But... It had one winter card. The deck has one winter card, so I slotted in. But it's gorgeous, isn't it? It's so pretty. It's such a favorite. I love this one. That's the Earth Wisdom Oracle. Alright, next is the Mushroom Spirit Oracle, and this is a fun one. This one, I do love mushrooms. I mostly got this one because I love the other oracle by Nicola McIntosh, the Celtic Spirit. So this is the Mushroom Spirit, and this one is really great in a lot of the same ways. However, as much as I do like mushrooms, do I like them that much? I don't know. This is a really cool deck, but I find that, oddly enough, learning about all these different mushrooms doesn't interest me that much. Ooh, I know. That's weird? That's weird. Like, that should be my thing, but I don't know that it is. I don't know that it is. I think I just like the mushroom vibe, not the actual mushrooms. What? How scandalous. But I like the edging. Ugh, I don't know. I think this is one that I am going to put in the think about it pile, but like very casually, because I mean, like I said in the first video, I will certainly wait until their season rolls around before I make any sort of decisions, if not longer. And this one is definitely like late summer because that's when mushrooms come out. But I guess I'm just thinking, like, I've got that beautiful mushroom tarot that I love. Do I need that many mushroom specific decks? I don't know. I don't know. And it has a very similar look to the Celtic Spirit, and I'm always gonna pick the Celtic Spirit. Eek! I don't know, but I do like it. It's a good one. I just don't know that it would get chosen over other stuff. So we're gonna put it in that think about it pile, because that also poses a bit of a challenge to me of like, do I think about it if it's not right in front of me? Which can be fair and unfair because I have terrible object permanence. But anyway, that's the Mushroom Spirit Oracle. Ooh, okay, I love this one. Am I saying that? I'm saying that about all of them. Most of them. That's okay though. Isn't it exciting when we like what we have? I think so. Messages from the Mermaids Oracle. This, oh my gosh. So I got this one off of eBay, I want to say, before we went on that trip to Aruba. Let's talk about the edging I did. I know. Just a genius with that. It's okay. But I took this to Aruba when we went on that trip, and the way this deck just felt like a complete safety blanket to me, because it's so beautifully worn in. The whole vibe of it just feels comforting, which I know sounds odd, but I get a lot of, or can get a lot of, I don't know, travel anxiety, yes, because going on planes, being in airports is very stressful to me. I just don't like to do it. But most of the time, like, the idea of the end destination is worth it. Except that I also don't... Being away from home too long is stressful to me, and it was a beautiful vacation, don't get me wrong. I'm very lucky and thankful that I was able to go on that. But we were away from home for like a week, which is the longest I've been away since pre-pandemic times. So I was having a lot of feels about it. And since it was a beach vacation, I took this along with me. I bought it for that trip, honestly. And I used it every single day. I looked forward to using it every single day, and it made me feel comfort, and I felt better. I felt better when I could use it. And it was so magical for that. And I even love going to my Instagram to look at the pictures I took of this deck, because I don't know, I loved the pictures I took of it. I loved the card pulls I got. It was so good. So, I love this one. Messages from the Mermaids. This is the ancient feminine wisdom of goddesses and heroines. Now this is me and Andy's joint child. Just kidding. This is absolutely her deck. I'm showing it in here. It's not mine. Wait. Is it? Hold on. Oh, wow. I'm having a huge lack of memory. Did I end up getting one? Hold on. Just kidding. This is mine. For a little bit, me and Andy were like sharing one. Because this is out of print. I should say that. Unfortunately, this is out of print. But again, it's another one to just watch out for a reasonable price. I think I maybe paid like $30 shipped for this. But before that, Andy had a copy, and we would, like, send it back and forth. So, but this is mine. Okay, anyway, so it's a goddess deck. And really, so I have quite a few, as you will see. I've got quite a few goddess decks. I love goddess decks, so that's why. And I just really love the artwork in this one. I really like the keywords. And what I love doing is the goddess oracles I have that do have keywords, I like seeing how they compare. Because if there's repeated goddesses, which a lot of times there is at least a few, this one has a lot of unique ones compared to some of the other decks I have, though I will say. I like just seeing the different ideas and the different things different people pull from their myths. I just think it's really interesting. Like Artemis, this one being nature, I know she has a completely different keyword in the Guidance of the Goddess Oracle, but yeah, I just think the artwork on this is so pretty. That was really the big thing for me, but so it comes with a little white book, though, that is really, really good. I enjoy using this deck a lot. So that is the Ancient Feminine Wisdom Oracle. Ooh, this one's a hard hitter. This is the Power of Surrender cards. These cards are no joke. They are that real kind of old school cheesy oracle cards, as you will see. But the messages, oh my gosh. It's a call out every single time. And I don't pull these out lightly. I've done readings for a few people this year where it's kind of been like, ended up being like a shadowy reading, so I pulled one of these at the end as a wrap-up message, but I tried to be really just careful with this one. It has to really feel right for me to pull it out, because it's a call-out, it's a huge call-out. But I really do like this oracle. I love an oracle that has everything right on the card. Even though the images are kind of like, what's happening here? To me, it's really all about the message. Like, surrender your addictions, surrender fear. I mean, to say that it's really beautiful, and the messages delivered are always really needed. I shouldn't say that it's anything like scary or something like that. It's just you kind of have to be ready for it, in my opinion. But it's so fantastic. Such a possibly underrated deck, because I don't really see this one a lot, but it's a Hay House one, and it's so good. So that's the Power of Surrender cards. Alright, next we've got the Cantigy Oracle, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. I think... So Andy and I were pulling this for every week for quite a few weeks, but we didn't start with it starts after Yule, I want to say, and so I don't really know if we were on the right week or not, but I don't know. I go back and forth about this one, because sometimes the messages are really like, wow, like I get it. I know exactly what it's saying. And then sometimes, okay, this is not, again, these are just my thoughts. I think it's a beautiful and well done deck, and I want to keep trying with it. Sometimes, though, I think the wording is just a little bit too flowery, maybe, for me, and I don't know if that's even the right word. Sometimes I'm reading it, though, and it feels like it's just, like, trying to be a little bit tricky. Oh, is that... Wait. I hate saying stuff like that. Ooh. But I guess that's just my thoughts. And again, that could just be me, in that I don't comprehend kind of metaphorical language well. I don't. I think very literally, very this or that. And so reading between the lines does not come naturally for me. So that's a huge bias there. And one that makes me really want to retry with this deck, to start when the book starts, or when the cards start, and really go with it, because if it is just a matter of like learning to read between the lines and like see the metaphors, that what a beautiful skill that is. I'd love to have it. But as of right now, I kind of had to put this one down because it just, I don't know, it didn't feel like I was getting much out of it because of that. So, but I'm excited to, I am thinking I'm gonna at least just pull the card out and read it, because it's just once a week. I don't need to do anything more than that if I don't want to. So we'll see. The Kantaji Oracle. And I should put this with the decks I want to spend time with so I don't forget. Alright, this next one is the Art Through the Eyes of the Soul Oracle. I got this one used probably off eBay. So this exact print, I guess, is out of print. This is the US Games printing, but I know it's still, you can get it through Blue Angel now, and it's on that beautiful new Blue Angel cardstocks. The difference is that it's a full bleed picture, so you don't have this frame, which it still looks really beautiful. I have to say, like, personally, I'm glad I have the framed images, because it feels like these pieces of art I have, and I love that on an oracle. But this is such a beautiful oracle. I love it so much. The key phrases are amazing. It feels very, how would I describe this deck? It feels very up in the ether. And I guess when you think of that, the title of the oracle, Art Through the Eyes of the Soul, that has a very up there kind of meaning to begin with. But I really love the artwork in this deck. I know she's got quite a few other oracles that I definitely want to check out, but I just love this one. It feels really magical and special, and just, I don't know, there's this air of divinity to it whenever I use it. It just feels special. I love it. So that is the Art Through the Eyes of the Soul oracle. This is the, oh yes, the Beloved Dead Oracle. This completely knocked my socks off this year. I was so impressed by this deck. I use it all the time. This is what I use for ancestor work now. If you're interested to see how I use it, I did put up a video showing how I do my ancestor readings now. And this is pretty much the star of the show. I just think it's so great for that, and it's really slotted in there for me for that purpose. But before I made that practice, I have to say it really did work super well as just a general oracle too, and I'm sure at some point I will use it in that way again, but it feels like it has a job now. So I kind of keep it to that. But I think it's just great all around. I really love it. So that is the Book of the Dead oracle. No, not Book of the Dead. Beloved Dead. I keep wanting to say Book of the Dead, but that is a different deck that I do not have. That I will end up with eventually, but I don't know, the concept kind of freaked me out a little bit. Which is surprising, because I don't feel that way easily. I don't know what it was. Anyway, besides the point. Medicine cards! A classic. A classic. I like these. This is not one I generally use for divination. I like these as altar cards when I'm working with a specific animal, especially for the what's it called? Animal Gnosis through Cosmic Creepers Patreon. But every once in a while, I will use it, shuffle it, and pull a card, but for the most part, this kind of functions as altar cards. I love the array of animals in here. It feels magical because it feels so, like such an old school kind of deck, and I love it for that. I mean, these backs, there's something about the backs too that just make me so happy. So that is the Animal Gnosis, oh my gosh, the Animal Gnosis Oracle. I mean, it could be, but no, the medicine cards. Okay, this is the Compendium of Witches Oracle. Now, I have mine split up, and I'm going to keep it that way, into the witches, and I don't really know if there's a particular name, but it's kind of like the witches' companions, I call them. I love this oracle. I always, if I use it, I pull one of both, which is why I have it split. And my favorite pairing, and probably my favorite pairing to come out of this year, dare I say, was this and the Soul Cats Tarot. Oh my goodness, do they look so beautiful together? Do they read so well together? They are magic. They are magic as a pair. But I love the artwork in this deck. It's gorgeous. I think the messages are great. It always feels just inherently magical because we've got these witches and these magical objects. I love it. I love it. I can't say enough good things. So that is the Compendium of Witches Oracle. And it does work well if you shuffle all the cards together. I've used it that way, and it does work nicely that way as well. I like having one of both. So that's that. Alright, what are you? What are you? This is another goddess oracle. Oh, sweet. It says it on the back of the cards. It's just the goddess oracle. Amazing. I trimmed this, usually, and as you can tell, poorly. Oh my gosh. Not well. But I don't know, I had some kind of orders. But that's okay. This is not one I really riffle shuffle anyway. But another one, the artwork is so stunning on this. This is a favorite one for me when it comes to goddess oracles. I just love everything that's going on in here. And the keywords, again, are so great. And this is one, I definitely bought it used. It feels, the thing I love about getting used decks, besides the price point, is just how sometimes they feel so nicely worn in already. And that's how this one feels, and I love it. Ugh, Demeter with feelings, emotions, how beautiful is that? I just really love this creator's perspective on these goddesses. I agree with most of it, so yeah. A good one, the Goddess Oracle. Do I want to count these more so as, are these kind of pocket oracles? So I've got, one of my special collections, spoiler, is my pocket-sized decks. What do we think? Is this really pocket-sized, or... No, we'll show them here. We'll show them here. I feel like they're just like slightly bigger than pocket. So this is, actually, I got this for free when I bought the Goddess Oracle. She just threw this in, which was so nice. These are the Goddess Knowledge cards. So we have this beautiful artwork on the front, and on the back is the full message. So as it is a smaller size, but whatever. We had it in this pile, so that's what we're gonna do. These are gorgeous. This one and the one I'm going to show next are probably one of the few decks that I will bring it with me to just pull a single card, because these are really nice to travel with, to bring in my work bag, because you get such a full message right on the cards. So you don't have to bring around any guidebook. And the two themes covered in the two decks are ones that I would pull just a single card. You know, like, just a goddess message feels satisfying to me. And so I guess we should show the other one, now that I'm talking about it so much. But it is the Animal Spirits Knowledge cards. And these you can still get on Amazon, and they are super inexpensive, which is always nice, but same artwork. Is that even a repeat? Hold on a second. Hold on a sec. We saw that already. Now I gotta know. What? Oh my gosh. The things we're unveiling, so... Okay, I'm guessing on this one it's Rabbit. Rabbit, but then who are you here? Caltess. She is shown here manifested as a hare, an animal sacred to her. Okay, slay, I get it, but damn. I guess if you wanted to use them together, be aware that at least that one card repeats. But otherwise, I don't think they do. That's okay. I don't really, honestly, I don't use them together. These are ones I really do like bringing them in my work bag or traveling, just as a quick one-off card to get a message when I need it. The artwork is beautiful. And again, all you need is the cards, so it's great. So those are the Animal Knowledge cards and the Goddess Knowledge cards. Animal Spirits Knowledge cards, I should say. Okay. And what do we got? Okay, we've got kind of a trio here. How do I want to show these? We've got the illustrated crystal. Oh my gosh, my camera's gonna die. Gotta save it. Gotta save it. Do I do this every time, huh? I just talk so long. Are we good? I don't know. Probably. We got the illustrated crystalliary, the herbiary, and the bestiary. I don't think we need to pull out all these decks. I think we all know what these look like. They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. And while so the animals and herbs, yes. Those are two topics that I can have so many decks. But as I was saying, crystal energy is not really something I lean into much, and I have that oracle that I do love already. But mostly how I like to use these decks is I will pull out all three and get these three energies all together to guide a reading. So I like having the set. That would be, I should put these on display somewhere too, huh? How pretty is that? Ooh, okay. Let's do that. So that's the illustrated trio, we'll call them. Okay. A Blue Angel deck. Like I said, I was a liar. This is the Fairy Temple Oracle. Amazing. I can never remember that name yet. This one is such a favorite. I love this deck so much. Come spring and summer, I just 2 years in a row now never shut up about this one because I think it's so good. It's that classic Blue Angel where you get the keyword and then 3 keywords at the bottom. And this one, usually it's like a title and 3 keywords, but this one really is like you just get 4 keywords. It's so awesome. And I love seeing how they take a keyword and break it down even further. I just think that's so neat. But each of these fairies is the fairy of some certain plant or herb. Well, they're all plants, so plant. And I love that layer as well. The art is stunning. I love how it pairs with my spring and summer decks. It's one I can't stop using. I love bringing it outside. The whole tactile experience of the Blue Angels decks is always great. And this is no exception. So, that is the Fairy Temple Oracle. Alright, we are getting there, people. What time is it? I do want hot chocolate tonight. Should I pause and make it now? I should at least go heat the water. BRB. Okay. Hot chocolate acquired. I forgot I was thinking about it. It's almost bedtime. Alright, we've got a few more to go through. Let's have a Kim Crayons party. Let's finish those out. So we've got the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. I love this one. There's nothing to lose here, you know? It's animals, it's Kim Crayons, who I have become just a huge fan of this year. I hadn't really tried her decks before, and I just went on a kick this year. I love the cardstock of this one. It's so easy to shuffle, it's so nice and smooth. I love the animals, I love how they're broken up into different elements. I love the extra spirit element. I just think it's really, really well done. And I love it. So, Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. And the Wild Unknown Alchemy. This one is so cool, so cool. I held off on this one for the longest time. First of all, the backs. Ugh, I love that color. Because I don't know anything about alchemy. But I will say, this deck makes the whole concepts within it, I should say, super approachable. It's definitely usable right out of the box, of course, if you are willing to use guidebooks, that is. So, which I am. I will always get into a guidebook. I love them. So, to me, this is usable out of the box because the guidebook explains it to me. Clearly, with the shape makes it a bit hard to shuffle, but I like this shape, so I don't know that I would change it. I think the shape is so cool, and I think it makes it a little bit extra special. I'm definitely interested in learning more about alchemy eventually, and I'm excited to have this as a tool for when I do, but even in the meantime, it's such a joy to use and to just, as I use it, learn a little bit more every time. It's so good. Actually, this could be cool for a year ahead spread, huh? Let's think about that. That is the Wild Unknown Alchemy. Okay, and the last Blue Angel, probably, the Blessed Bee cards. I forgot about these because they were in use, and therefore they were just not with the other decks. I forgot. But this is newer, but not new to me. I saw this first on Dawn Michelle's channel. I know she loves and uses this deck quite often, and then Andy got it from seeing it there too, I'm pretty sure. And she would pull cards for us every once in a while. And gosh, I don't really know. There was a reason that all of a sudden I was like, okay, I'm gonna get that one. Because I've liked it since I saw it, but there was a particular reason I wanted it, and I don't remember why. I use it as a reading wrap-up, so at the end of a reading I often will, if it's feeling just a little incomplete, this is kind of my go-to deck for that now. And maybe, I'm thinking there was a certain reading I was doing that felt like it really needed that. But now I don't remember. But regardless, it gets tons of use already, so I love it. It's a really, really good one. So that is the Blessed Bee Oracle. And we've got 4 more to show because an indie one snuck in there. Goodness. Has to wait its turn. Next is the Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Linn. I love this one. I think it's just so well done. It really makes me want to try her other oracles. Oh, she has that one that's really popular that I cannot think of what it's called. But I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. But I just think everything about this deck is gorgeous. Again, great keywords. I love the images. It's so fun if I have any other sort of fantasy themed decks. They pair perfectly with this. I love it. I love it so much. That is the Sacred Forest Oracle. Alright, next is a mega animal deck. This is the Animalkin Oracle, and I've got both decks here in one. And this is another one that so far has been a bit more kind of altar card for me. But there's been a few pairings I've seen that are so good with this deck. So I did go through over the summer, and this is the guidebooks you get. They're kind of just like these big foldouts. So I went in there and pulled out 2 keywords for each of the cards and wrote them on top here. And if I had my own association, I would use that. But it's a monstrous deck. And part of me feels like I should almost kind of build my own deck with all these cards if I wanted to use it more in a different divination way. I think that could be really fun, actually. Sort of like, I'm thinking of, with the Cottage Witch, I just went through and took out all the cards of things that don't seasonally fit near me. Now, because it's, with the expansions, it's so huge now, so that was kind of my original hope for it, is that it could be this sort of organic living thing that I constantly can shift around the cards, things of that sort. And now I'm thinking I should do that with this to use it for divination. But I love that it has tons of animals. They're both mass market, so not too expensive. And so I pretty much always have, for the animal gnosis, which is usually the animal I work with for the month, I've always got the card, which is really fun, and I love the artwork on here. And I wish I remember what I saw someone pairing it with, because it was so good. And it was like a surprising pairing. Ooh, you know what this would be good with, though? The Dreaming Way Tarot. I don't have that one, but I just was watching Marlena's video where she showed it, so it's in my brain. I think that'd be a good pairing, though, so if you have both of these, maybe think about that. Alright, 2 more to show today, and then we are done with the mass market oracles, unless another one is hiding somewhere, which is possible. Alright, the Animal Apothecary. This is one I never thought I was going to get, but it really does pair well with the, look how pretty. I got this when Andy and I were doing a bit of a deep dive into the She-Wolf Tarot, and this pairs so well with it. And this is not my usual art style that I like, which is why I didn't think I would ever get this. But I will say, for those kind of outlier decks I have and really enjoy, it's nice to have something different like this that will pair. And I've grown to really, really like this deck. The key phrases are so good. And a lot of the cards they bring up ideas that I don't really feel like get brought up in other decks I have, which is really cool. And the guidebook is awesome. So I really grew to love this one. It really caught me by surprise. That is the Animal Apothecary Oracle. And last but not least, for my mass market Oracle decks, is the Field Guide to Garden Dragons Oracle. Oh my gosh, what a good one to end on. I didn't even do that on purpose, but I love this Oracle so much. I mean, it's adorable. I think the messages are great. I love the garden theme. I love picturing the fruits and vegetables in the garden being able to just come to life as these dragons when we're not looking. I think that there's something so magical about that. But I really do love the ideas that these cards bring up, and I really like looking to see the associations. We have spinach with strength. That makes me think of like Popeye. Avocado is patience. A lot of the times you really gotta wait for that to perfectly ripen. Cherry grace. It's really good. It's really a good oracle. I love it in the summertime when the garden is in full swing. Was in full swing. Again, I've only had this one season though. But I imagine that's when it's always going to come out. Although, I think if I was just kind of into a fantasy mood, I think this would come out for that as well, because these dragons are so adorable. I love it so much. So, that is the Field Guide to Garden, right? Field Guide to Garden Dragons Oracle, and that is my last mass market oracle to show you today. So, next we'll be getting into the indie oracles. I hope you're excited, and I'll see you again soon.